Indeed, this is Unfiltered, the home of unrivaled and bold analysis of politics and current affairs. As always, I'm your host, Ndongo Gachane, and I'm not alone.
You're not alone.
I can never be alone.
Hey, I'm
Yes.
back.
Uh-huh.
How has been Unfiltered?
The Unfiltered has been nice. We have been, as always,
Yes.
been analyzing the politics, the political happenings of the country. And there's a lot of things that have happened.
But it seems you have been filtering.
No. You know, you know that this is unfiltered.
Yes.
We say that we do not filter anything. Nothing is off the table.
Yes.
Yes.
We lay it bare.
Mhm.
And I'm glad that also Chris Thairo and Fred Kagonya did some good work. My name is Daniel Karaoke. I'm the co-host to this show, Unfiltered, every Thursday. We get to talk to different, speak and discuss issues about the country, the state of the nation, politics that are ongoing in the country. And every day on Thursday, we have different guests. And also today, we have a different guest.
Yeah.
And of course, I can see he's ready. Are you ready? Okay, it's me who says he's ready. Maybe he's not ready.
He looks like he's ready.
I'm ready.
With what is it called? The Godfather.
Yes.
What is it?
Fedora.
Maybe you can introduce yourself and
Right.
say whether this is your first time to be here, and you to tell us who you are.
Thank you, Unfiltered. Thank you, Ndongo Gashane, and thank you, Daniel, for hosting me here today. This is my second time to be here. It is my honor. I'm honored to be here to discuss our political affairs in the country, to delve deep into to discuss how the ground is, whether the ground is still 2 terms or 1 term.
If it is 2 term or 1 term.
So what is it?
From where you sit?
From where I sit, I think even if the election is far away, like 1 year away, I think majority of our Kenyans are for 2 terms.
Are you sure?
Because
What are you saying?
results are there
okay,
to be
sure.
seen.
Eh?
I'm not sure, but the results are
You're
there to
not
be
sure.
seen. The person who was elected has delivered, so the results are there to be seen.
Right.
So
You know, someone would ask, when you talk about the results, in this case, are you talking about development or in terms of politics?
I'm talking about politics, economy, and about development as well. Yeah. If you look at the economy part, the economy has stabilized, and that's why the president has made a very bold move since our independence to exempt the people who earn 30K and below from paying taxes. They will pay zero taxes. And the guys who earn 30K to 50K, their tax has been lowered from 30% to 25%. And that one can never happen if the economy is not stable. And if you
Pius, I have also had CS for Treasury saying that
John Buddy.
that is what they're intending to do. But at the same time, we also hear and understand that they want also to increase taxes, especially for the National Social Security Fund. NSSF. So are you saying that a promise, you are equating a promise with a deliverable, or what are you basically saying when you say that people earning that K and below have gotten tax deductions?
it is not yet effected.
No,
it is not yet effected, but the National Treasury has made a proposal, like a legislation that's going to be taken to the parliament. And if you listen to the president yesterday when he was speaking, he assured the country that in the next few months to come, by March this year, the government is going to effect that. So the next pay slip,
So that is Ruto's tutatenga, tutafanya, tutajenga mantra.
Sasa hii ni tutafanya, tunafanya. Hii ni tunafanya. Hii si tutafanya, tunafanya.
But it has not been done.
Let me ask you, and I agree, the president says, in fact, he said that next week Parliament will be back for the session, and that's one of the bills that they're going to be dealing with. Are we not seeing the president now starting to try and start the 2027 campaigns, trying to bring those who earn through payslips, or the payslip guys, back to the president, because already there were complaints because of the so many taxes that had been accumulated?
this is not happening because the president is resigned for 27 election.
It's not campaigns.
Because if you are been here for long and you have a pay slip, you could have noticed by last year, January and 2024 January, there was some tax incentive that were introduced by the government, and you could see from the pay slip, from the teachers, the people who are salaried from the county government or national government, there was some tax relief in their pay slip, and they got some money back into their account, to their pay slip.
Are you talking about
So
Kenya?
what I'm saying, this is not a campaign promise. This is a deliverable plan that's going to be implemented in the next 1 month.
Yes, but
And the president has been he has not been a man of too much talks without actions. Because
are you talking about President William Ruto?
President William Ruto
Has not been.
he has not been a man of too much talk without actions. For example, the president also promised that all the stall projects are going to be completed, and they can never be completed if the contractors have not been paid. So what did the government do? They went ahead to pay all those contractors all their pending arrears, and all contractors are paid, and the one who are remaining to be paid, they have been paid. 19% of them.
19%.
98% of them have been paid. The 2% remaining are going to be cleared the
So
areas tomorrow, Friday.
are we discussing, because Dan, I would like Pius to bring me to speed. Are we talking about Kenya?
Are you been to Kenya, my friend?
Are you saying those things are not happening in Kenya?
Are you talking about?
It's like no, Ashade says these things might not be happening in Kenya. What you are talking about?
You know, you might say that because if you have been only following Monyoro, you don't follow what the government is doing, you can never know what is happening on the ground. But I can tell you, these are not campaign rhetorics. These are real things that are happening.
You were talking about president's intention to relieve or deduct, to reduce tax deductions to earners of below 30,000 shillings. That's a promise. That's a pledge. That is something that has not been done. But let's talk about UDA, because he seems to want us
actually,
to talk about
whatever we are talking about, the tax, what the president has done, most of it was dealt with yesterday during a UDA. Aspirants.
Before the president spoke about that.
Yes, the deputy president.
The CS Treasury had spoken about this last week.
Yes, but I'm saying most of what we are talking about had been said by the president during the yesterday. We're talking of yesterday on Wednesday during the UDA's aspirants at State House forum. Even before we talk about the UDA factor, let's talk about the president and State House. President inviting UDA aspirants at State House. What's your take about that? What do you think about that?
The president of the Republic of Kenya, he was elected on a UDA ticket, and being the sitting president, his house at the State House, and he has the prerogative to host anybody he wants at State House. He can decide to try to hold them at Sugoi. He can even decide to hold them at State House, or he can even decide to host them at the Hustler Center.
But is State House an area of operations for the UDA party?
It's not an area of operation by UDA party.
Precisely.
But it's the prerogative of the president to host his guests wherever he deemed fit for him to host them there.
But State House is a public office.
And these aspirants are public; they are not private people.
They are not even. They've not even been.
But
elected.
They are Kenyans.
Yes, they are Kenyans. But you see,
you know what the president has done?
Right.
He has demystified that notion that State House is like a place of certain people.
Yes,
State House
I want to agree with you.
State House is a public place.
So.
And State House was built by taxpayers' money. It is maintained by taxpayers' money. So every Kenyan, whether you're an aspirant of UDA, whether you're an UDA person, whether you are a common Mwananchi like me, have an access to State House.
Thank you,
and
Pius.
The president has demystified that.
Let me ask you. When Pius says that the president has demystified the fact that State House is a home to all people,
yes,
I'm left wondering, what about a DCP supporter? Wamunyoro supporter will never be to State House because he does not support the ideology and the principles of UDA party. What about a member for democracy? What is it called? DAPK, the Democratic, this party by Eugene Wamalo,
DAP Kenya.
DAP Kenya. What about supporters of
even Democratic Party,
Democratic Party.
by just
So what
Muturi.
about them? Because State House, as you say, right, reputed.
Or
so
even-
that is not a house to certain people.
Yeah,
So, but
or-
Ruto is
or
making it
even-
a house to UDA supporters. What about other people?
And also I can add on that and say, now Moses Wetangula is the party leader for
Yes.
Ford Kenya.
Yes.
Are you saying that
He should call-
Wetangula can call members, aspirants of Ford Kenya in parliament? You see, that's what I mean, because I believe political parties
Moses-
have
Moses
their
Wetangula being the
headquarters.
speaker. Moses Wetangula being the Speaker of the National Assembly, he does not stay at the National Assembly. That's not his house. But for the president, State House is the place that he stays on a daily basis. That's where he lives.
As a president.
And is a more secure place.
As a president.
As a
Not as a
president.
UDA party
and
leader.
That's why he never hosted them. Even he's the president first, then UDA party leader second.
So I'm asking, when
And
will
I like that.
And
I
State
like
House
that.
is a very secure place.
very secure?
Very secure, and that's where the
For the
president
UDA
most safer.
supporters.
Not for UDA supporters. There's a lady from Kirinyaga who is a DCP supporter, and that lady has been to the State House.
But he was there in her capacity as a defector. She has defected to UDA party, Bwana Pius.
Okay, the question
Anyway.
is, do you think it's really
fair.
right for the president to carry on UDA affairs at State House? Because even away from the aspirants meeting, a few days ago or some weeks ago, he had he hosted I think it was a it was
UDA
an
delegate.
NGC or something,
Yeah, NDA.
with the officials of UDA,
The National Governing
the National
Council.
Governing Council. I think it was an NGC at or a NEC meeting. I'm not sure. I think it was NEC
was
or
NGC.
NGC. Yeah, it was NGC. You see, again, I would have expected that one to have been carried out at Hustler Center,
Party's headquarters.
party's headquarter.
But Hustler Center is a small building that can never accommodate
But that's not our
13,000
business.
people.
He can
What I'm
look
trying to
for a
say-
big.
Okay,
It is
and
not
I
in-
agree it's small, but now NGC has like around if there are so many, there are like 20 members.
The NGC people were at State House were over 1,000 because they were all over the
NGC.
country.
Those were leaders elected on UDA.
Yeah.
In fact, there are 3 meetings. There is the NGC that had officials of UDA. There is that one that had UDA leaders that had been people elected, or other leaders elected under UDA, and the recent one yesterday, Wednesday, that hosted over 13,000 aspirants. So basically, the president has turned State House
into Hustler
into a
Plaza.
hustler plaza.
Is that fair?
It is not in my purview to decide whether it is wrong or right,
You're
but it is
discussing
the
opinions.
president's prerogative
Yes.
to host whoever you want at State House. And remember, the president was elected by hustlers on UDA ticket. So it is upon the president to reciprocate the same goodwill by inviting the same hustlers to the same mansion that they sent him to go and serve the people of Kenya.
So it should be called Hustler's Mansion.
Whatever then you can call it. But as long as he's the president of the Republic of Kenya, he has the prerogative to host whoever you want at that particular place.
Okay,
Yeah.
when you talk about UDA, do you feel UDA is going to get to 2027?
I think UDA is going to be alive for almost 50 years to come because UDA has been built on a strong foundation. Although I'm not a member of UDA party personally,
By the last time you were a member of ODM.
yeah.
But
But
you
now
still a
I'm a
member of
partyless. I quit ODM
Resigned.
party. I don't belong to any particular political party. But when it comes by, I might join a UDA party. You never know, or whatever party. But what I'm saying, UDA party has been founded on a strong foundation, which will overcome all political challenges. Is going to outlive even ODM or other political parties. So I think UDA is here to stay, and that was a testament that was shown yesterday when the president hosted over 12,000 UDA aspirants. That has never happened in this country. No particular party in this particular country has had over 12,000 aspirants registered for a political party. The same political party, people has been saying, imekufa, haiendi pahali, ground haitakikani. Yet, 12,000 aspirants turned up to register to vie on that particular political party.
There is no possibility of the party leader, that's President William Ruto, changing the name from UDA to another name.
That one I'm not aware of because politics is dynamic and I don't know what it portends for a political landscape going to 2027. So I can never speak conclusively about the particular issue. But what I know, UDA and ODM, they're going to form a coalition, a very strong coalition that will give President Ruto over 10 million votes in 2027.
You guys even know the number of votes the president is going
Yeah,
to use?
I have done the statistics. I've looked at the data, and the data don't lie.
Before Dan asks you that question, the another question, you've said that UD is going to live for over 50 years, and you've said that the aspirants who are there, that fact is what you're using to justify the how or the longevity of the UDA party. But I think it should concern you that among the aspirants who are there, in counties such as Muranga, there was no gubernatorial aspirant who was there yesterday. I think it should also concern you that in a county like Nyeri, there was also only one aspirant for the governorship position. And if you do the total tally, you'll get that 50% of the aspirants actually came from Rift Valley. And going by the 2022 statistics, it will tell you that Mount Kenya region and Rift Valley, they overwhelmingly voted for President William Ruto. But the data presented by the UDA party tells us a different picture. It paints a picture that this is a Rift Valley party. Counties such as, if you go to even Embu, there was 0 aspirant on the governorship position. The same for Laikipia. You see, in Kirinyaga there was only 1. In Kiambu there were only 3. In 2022, people were fighting to get a ticket, and you were a witness because you vied for Muranga senatorial seat with ODM, but people wanted to use the UDA as their political vehicle to ascend to the elective positions. So when you say that this is a party that is going to live for over 50 years, but the data presented by the UDA itself, the UDA party itself, indicates that this is a regional party. What do you have to say about it?
First of all, remember that the guys who are already elected on UDA ticket were exempted from registering to register as aspirant for UDA. So a person like Governor Kangata, Governor Mbarire, or even the sitting MPs, sitting MCAs, sitting governors, sitting human reps, they were exempted from registering to be UDA aspirants. So automatically, because they are already sitting on UDA tickets, they automatically qualify to vie for on a UDA ticket in 2027. That being said, the data that you have just read there is a very good data. But of course, I'm alive to the fact that political dynamics have changed in Mount Kenya for the UDA. Because you know what has happened after the impeachment of the Deputy President Gachagua.
What happened?
After impeachment, after he was impeached, I think Mount Kenya politics somehow shifted. There was a paradigm shift in Mount Kenya politics. And to some extent, there was that feel that they have been betrayed because one of them has been impeached, which the impeachment was very justified and was very, very, very legal and very okay. It was okay to be impeached, but they felt betrayed because
the larger percent of the voters of Mount Kenya, you say, felt betrayed by President
not voters. I'm not talking about voters because I'm talking about Mount Kenya people, those who vote and those who don't vote.
Okay.
After Gachagua was impeached, there was a feel that they have been betrayed, sort of. And in our political architecture, Kenyans usually stand with the person who is perceived to be a victim of political circumstances. So from that point, I think dynamics change a little bit. And I don't think UDA is as strong as it was in 2022 in Mount Kenya. And that's the fact. Nobody can deny that. Yeah.
So then do you believe that this is a party to watch? Because when you go to regions such as Western and Nyanza, where ODM has a huge following, where you have started hearing of the noise from leaders like Peter Kaluma talking about zoning and saying that they will not allow the UDA candidates or the UDA to front candidates in that area because that is tantamount to reducing the ODM's presence. And if you therefore admit that the influence of the UDA in Mount Kenya has dwindled, now do you now agree with me that UDA is now more or less of a regional party?
It is not
Rift Valley party.
It is not a regional party, because from the past like 3 weeks ago, the president has started to make some inroads in Mount Kenya. You remember he camped in Nyeri for in Mount Kenya region, first alianza Nyeri. And he camped there for like 3-4 days when he was doing the disbursement of the Nyota Fund. And you could see the multitude, organic people just standing up to listen to the president, to receive the Nyota Fund.
So how can you authenticate that you are organic?
You know, an organic multitude is where you don't have like a branded caps,
because we
have
initially seen this happening, and videos making rounds of such crowds, and we are being shown them receiving sometimes some kind of tokenism, the politics of tokenism were actually talked about in last year, where when the president, I think, had gone for a Mount Kenya tour, and there were allegations of
there are not even allegations. The people even posted themselves in social media.
You know, in Mount Kenya,
and also some of them saying they are from Kiambu, but they are already in Kirinyaga, and others are going again to other areas. So when you say about organic, we know Kenyan politics sometimes.
People are ferried and mobilized. Why are you saying it's organic?
No, you know, I'm just wondering because you see.
Okay, we are not disputing that they were crowds, but we are just talking about the word organic.
You know, the video that you guys are talking about, they cannot be authenticated because, as you are aware, Gachagua is so busy trying to rubber stamp Mount Kenya to be his stronghold. So it is very possible he can do all the monkey business in this country, to the peak UDA to be unpopular in Mount Kenya. So it is very possible you can pay 3 or 4 hecklers to record those videos and post on social media to paint that image that UDA is unwanted in Mount Kenya. But the truth is, you saw the multitude.
But we have the data here.
You have the data.
If, for example, you see that UDA is a party to watch in Mount Kenya, then at least in Kirinyaga, for example, let me just pick a random county.
UDA is
at least in Kirinyaga.
Mount Kenya.
Oh, it is not.
I did not. I am saying I had said this. Where UDA was in 2022
is not where it is now.
It is not where it is.
But at the same time, you went ahead and said,
but
we have seen
the president has had to make some inroads. and that, you know, like 8 months ago, nobody could have ever imagined that even a single person could have registered to be a UDA candidate in Mount Kenya. Tulikuwa tunamwambia Mount Kenya Gachagua amefunga na ameka funguo kwa mfuko. But surprisingly, in Murang'a, we have 2 human positions who registered to vie on UDA ticket. You have MP seats.
They're actually
in
5.
Total, in Murang'a.
There are 4.
The total number of aspirants in Murang'a County, there are around 290 aspirants. 290 aspirants in Murang'a County, from MCAs, human rep, MP, and the other seats. So what I'm saying, 8 months ago, we could not have imagined that anybody could register to be an UDA aspirant in Mount Kenya. Because without UDA, Gachagua made us believe UDA is dead in Mount Kenya.
So where do you see UDA by 2027 in a region like Mount Kenya?
UDA will still have some substantial influence in Mount Kenya.
Substantial, but not as it had in 2022.
Yeah, it can never be where it was in 2022.
We have a UDA, a stronger UDA based on this data in Rift Valley. A UDA with a substantial following according to in Mount Kenya. A UDA with a zero impact in Western and Nyanza. So why now do you believe that this is a party that lived for 50 years?
Let me tell you, my friend. Even if UDA is not where it was in 2022 right now, you saw what happened in Barren North. Nobody, I myself, I never imagined that you could capture that seat in Barren North. But miraculously, by going to the grassroots, talking to the people and convincing them why UDA is a party that represents them, and why UDA is a party that cares about their interests. To present the UDA, you present their candidate Omodende, and the people of Mbeere North, they affirmed that it is indeed UDA is still strong in Mount Kenya. Even after Gachagua camping there for a whole 2 weeks, going door to door, Gachagua still lost that particular seat. So I can tell you from the data and the statistics, this is not theory. UDA is still strong in Mount Kenya. It may not ever be as strong as it was in 2022, but it's still strong in Mount Kenya.
So do you believe that the UDA will still have, well, it will not be strong as you have said, but it will get at least 1, 2, 3 people elected under UDA in 2027
like
elections.
I'm 100% sure my MP, Marago MP, Miriwa Maua, will be elected on a UDA ticket. The Madera MP, Eric Wamumbi, will be re-elected on a UDA ticket.
In Madera?
In Madera.
Oh.
The Gachagwa's backyard.
That's a bit interesting.
Very interesting.
Those are only 2 people I know. I know 3 people actually. Kemani Shungwa, Miriwa Maua, and Eric Wamumbi. Those are the only 3 UDA people.
Why do you think the 3 will be re-elected?
It is because people from
especially Madera.
It is because people from their constituency, they don't perceive politics to be a do or die situation. They just want maendeleo. Like go to Kikuyu constituency. Kimani Ichung'wah has done so much. He has given bursary, he has built roads, he has electrified that constituency. Go to my constituent Maragua. Our MP has done so much. Go to Eric Wamumbi's. Now I think everybody, unlike Haru, nobody's paying anything in Madera.
Before you
because
ask
it's all about
question,
maendeleo, not politics.
Gashane, I think it's very interesting that Pius has decided to use Madera in this case. Whereas we know the politics that have been going on in Madera. So I'm really eager to know, why did he decide to use Madera as much as he's talking about maendeleo? Because we know the kind of politics, the high octane politics that will be happening in Madera.
Because I've been to Madera, I know the mindset of Madera people. They are not that politically combative people. They're just pro-development people. They just align with the leader who does something to them. You bring development, you avail bursaries, and you ensure there's electricity in that particular area, and the security is there. And that the guy who was mandated to do that, more than the previous MP, now who is the current impeached deputy president, Eric Wamumbi has outdone even Gachagua when he was an MP. Really? And that's what I'm saying. If you ignore the political factor,
yes,
because as I've said, these people, if you see how this guy has been doing his politics, people have been turning up to his politics, to his rallies and to his meetings. I know an MP has not that big financial muscle, especially Wamumbi. He has no huge financial muscle to mobilize such a huge crowd.
What makes you think he does not have big?
He just came from being an MCA.
No, that's not a good reason to say he has no money.
But I know his past. Wamumbi is not that big financially to mobilize that a huge crowd.
Let me ask
I'm saying the people who have been coming to his rallies, the organic people who align to his politics, who align to his development agenda.
What is the price of development in Kenya's politics? This show is called Unfiltered. What is the price of development in Kenya's political system?
Pardon?
What is the price of development in Kenya's political system? I mean,
do you think Kenyans elect someone because of development?
Yes, I'll give you a practical example. In Murang'a, where I come from, we have a governor called Dongo Kang'ata. You know what he has been doing on social media, what you have been seeing on social media, even on TVs. He has done Smart City, he has done MYS, and if you go to the ground, I might not agree everything that he does because he is very good at PR. But if you go to the grassroots level, they are saying even if he comes with whatever party, you're going to vote for him.
No, let us not argue or base our argument on what people are saying.
The people are the one who vote.
We should base our argument on what has happened in the past, because it's good to use data as opposed to hearing. There are the issues that we usually say it's bar talk. Because how comes that only the people you talk to tell you that Kang'ata is going to be elected? Let us talk about the pace of development in Kenya's political system. Do people follow the political waves, or do they follow? Do they follow or even vote development conscious leaders?
I think to some extent they do follow the political. They follow the political wave sometimes. And sometimes they align with the development of their particular leader. I'll give you an example like Ugunja in Latin Nyanza. There's a guy called David Ochieng.
The current MP.
That guy went against ODM wave there because of him as a person.
So we are talking about...
And he was elected.
Who is
David Ochieng.
But David Ochieng You are talking of Ugunja.
Yeah.
The constituency.
No, that's not Ugunja.
I don't think that's
supposed to
Ugunja.
be-
Because Ugunja, the current MP was the manager.
Opio.
Not
for
Op- not-
Opio Wandai. Opio Wandai was
David,
the MP.
you can
for
Google there, David Ochieng.
David Ochieng,
I
think
don't remember
is
the
a
constituency that he's
member
elected on.
of parliament for as Gashani.
And he's
confirms.
also a party leader.
He's also a
And
party
there
of
are
his party,
other
and he
dynamics.
vied on his own political party against ODM wave. What I'm saying, to some constituents, it is not about political wave. It's not about what
So
you
there's
can
like a
offer to them.
percentage that
It's Ugenya.
is for
So-
yeah,
so-
Ugenya,
Ugenya,
yeah,
yes.
Ugenya, not
So
Ugunja.
Pius, we were talking about Ugenya MP.
David Ochieng.
Who else did you say?
Go
Other
even
than
to
Ochieng?
Kororia here.
Sasa, has he been elected?
But he
Gatundo
was
not.
elected against UDA wave in Kiambu County. On an independent candidate,
Wait.
on an independent seat.
Haya,
I think the
we
question,
have Kororia.
Gashana's question was about the place of development in Kenyan politics. And even David Ochieng, I think, is a first-time MP. If I'm not wrong.
No, he's
think
not a
it's,
first time MP.
He's a second term.
Yeah, second term.
Actually, that term.
That time.
But-
Third term. With a different
With a
party, right?
He has a party.
So my question still remains that do you still believe that maybe the 2027 elections, the general election, will be based on development, or it will be about which party has more say
Or the
in
political
that particular area
I think
and political affiliations, right?
I think that particular notion that you have about Mount Kenya people going by the
No, it's
the
not.
political-
This is not a Mount Kenya issue. It's a
That-
national issue.
I'll speak for Mount Kenya because in the past Mount Kenya people have been voting on political waves
Yes.
because of that Raila fear. Once Raila was on the ballot, they were being whipped emotionally. He's our enemy, so they can vote for anything but Raila Amolo Odinga. Raila has exited our political scene. So in Mount Kenya, they're in like they're just they are
Right now
disorganized politically.
Right now they
And
don't
that-
have a
because-
direction.
And because of that, there's some level of political consciousness that has like come into their minds.
Right.
So going forward, Mount Kenya people, they'll not be swayed by political wave. They'll be swayed by what you can do to them. And that's why the conversation in Mount Kenya is. Even if Dedenyoro come with whichever political party, you're going to elect him. Even if Kangata come with whichever political party, you're going to elect him. Even if Meriwa Maua come with the UDA party in Maragua, you're going to elect her.
Bonapius, I think
Because
it's
the
good to
conversation
tell also
has
our viewers
shifted.
that the last time I checked, you were a political analyst and not a seer. Now you are saying that people are going to elect so and so because he has delivered. Let us go to a county like Kiambu here in 2017. I was there. Kiambu neighbors, Muranga. You come from Muranga. You had people from Muranga moving all the way from Muranga to Thika to seek medical services because there were no medicine in their hospitals. The only place they could get medical assistance was Kiambu. By the way, it came to a point that people who went to Thika were actually told to remove their IDs, and if your ID showed that you come from Muranga, you were told to go back to your county. And I remember one of the doctors telling a patient there that kazi ya gavana wenu ni kununua ambulance ndio zimlete hapa Thika. The infrastructure projects that happened during Kafogo's reign. But when it came to the re-election, Mwangi Weria was re-elected and he served his 2 term comfortably. Kafogo was never re-elected. And that is not the only case this is Mount Kenya issue. Go to ODM zones, other than that guy you're talking about, David Ochieng. All the other leaders must, when Raila was...
Obado, remember Obado?
Yeah, yes, just, I think...
2 terms as a governor, though, to
no,
ODM.
I think he left in his 2nd term. But those are isolated cases, to be fair and just. Now, people should vote leaders based on how they are going to deliver, not because of political persuasions and affiliations. But I believe the sad reality of our system right now is that you have rightly reported that people of Mount Kenya felt betrayed because one of their own was impeached, although you believe and maintain that the impeachment was lawful and justified. But there is a reason why the people from that region felt betrayed. because they deem Gachagua as our people.
Their
And you know,
person.
you say mtoto hata akikosea huwa hapigwi akifukuzwa. Now, that is what was informing the basis of my question. The praise of development. And that is why you go, if you go to, then by the way, if you want us to go to Maragua, where Mary Waithera comes from, I thought she said yesterday or the other day that she's going for the governor. But she has not registered, because we have seen the data shows that there is no gubernatorial candidate in Murang'a who has registered. I don't know, but what do you think, Dan?
You know, in fact, the question should be, where are President William Ruto's allies in Mount Kenya?
Where are they?
Where are they?
His soldiers.
His allies in Mount
His allies in Mount Kenya.
Yes.
Yeah.
They are
Because
the
they are not
grassroots.
there, the aspirants list. They are not there.
Wako kwa grassroots.
are they
Nimewambia,
So
I've told
They are
you,
very busy.
people who are sitting MPs on UDA ticket, they were exempted from registering to be UDA aspirants. So this guy, they have been unleashed to go to the grassroots.
Yesterday, we had leaders who were elected at State House. We saw Sakaja, right? Sakaja, you
didn't
saw
see him
Sakaja? Yeah, I saw
because
him.
I was not there.
He was there. He was in State House. The streets were following. So those of us who were not able to go to State House, we could take advantage of the social media, and we saw Sakaja and some other leaders, even from Coast, even from other regions, even from Rift Valley. In Mount Kenya, we never saw Governor Kangata, because yesterday I agree and appreciate the fact that you've said, and rightly so, that the elected leaders were not supposed to register as aspirants. But Dan's question is not about why they have not registered. The question is, where were they yesterday? Did they give the event a wide berth? We never saw Governor Waiguru from Kirinyaga. We never saw Governor Irongo Joshua from Laikipia. We never saw Keheka, Susan Keheka. You know what's happening in Nakuru?
And what is happening
Divisions within UDA. We never saw Governor Matiang'i from Kiambu. What is happening, Bwana? Pius,
I don't know
tuambie hii
what is
maneno
happening.
unajua.
Where are they?
Unless they come
Where
here
are
and say
they?
where they were. But from what I see, I think they were in the at the grassroots,
mobilizing people.
not mobilizing people, working for the people who elected them. So that they can consolidate votes for the president
So the
in
ones
2027.
who are at state out are aspirants. Hawa wanatafuta kazi. Hawa wana kazi tayari wapige kazi.
Maybe the event ilikola in meeting ya jana.
Oh.
What a coincidence, Pius.
Yeah.
You know, in politics, there is no coincidence. So Sakaja
There is
was
some
very idle. He had no
coincidences.
business doing Nairobi. He had to go to State House. Is that what you
Probably he
say?
said you haiko ina clash na event ya jana.
But all the schedules
Maybe
for
there-
all
there's-
the elected leaders from Mount Kenya coincided with this.
Yeah, you
State
never
House.
know. Unless they come and explain
I-
where they
maybe-
were.
See, I thought you said this show is unfiltered. You give your opinion. If you believe the
I'm
people are
giving-
just
I'm saying walikuwa grassroots
Eh.
wakichapa kazi yenye walipewa wafanye, na probably jana kabla mpango wa sita zipangwe, they had already planned they're going to meet their people, wapeane bursaries, wafungue mradi fulani, na which is more.
But we never saw them in TVs and social media and their platforms.
You open their social media, they have plastered everything there on their social medias.
Okay, let's give them the benefit of doubt. They were kwa ground as they tried to ensure that the ground iko sawa.
Iko sawa.
Do you think they are going to still be with President Ruto in the 2027 elections?
I don't know about that. Like I said, politics
You
is
think, the
dynamic.
question is, do you think?
Politics is dynamic, and I don't know what can come up tomorrow, tonight, next year, or even next month. So I cannot speak on their political ambitions. It is upon them to decide which party they'll vie on, whether they decide to be UDA, DAP Kenya. It is upon them. But what I can tell you is that UDA still have influence in Mount Kenya.
Thank you. What do you take of defections? We have seen East African Legislative Assembly member in former Kenya MP, Kanini Kega. He has defected to Democracy for Citizens Party, which belongs to Wamunyoro. We have seen former Udaya MP, Wambugu. He has also defected to DCP. Nelson Harvey, former president of
UDA.
Kenya. He has also defected from UDA to DCP. What do you take of these defections? There's mass exodus from UDA to DCP.
I think politically that is okay, because in politics...
What do you take of those defections? What is your opinion on that?
My opinion is, if that serve their political interests better, it is good for them. Because in politics, it's all about your interest. If DCP is going to serve their political interests, and they're going to nurture their political ambitions, and they're going to make them like maybe shine politically whatever they want to vie, good for them. Even Ruto didn't start with UDA. He was ODM first. He was KANU. He came to ODM. From ODM, he went to UDM. From UDM, he went to URP. From URP, he went to Jubilee. From Jubilee, now he's UDA. So politics is all about a personal interest. If my interests are better served in UDA, I'll be in UDA. If my interests are better served in DCP, I'll be in DCP. So
as they defect, it's about political affiliation na kujipanga, as they say.
It's all about their political ambition. Yes. And more defections are on the way. Some hata wameingia watarudi UDA. Huwezi jua.
You never know.
Utasikia Nelson Havi next year mwezi wa 3 ametoka DCP amerudi UDA.
When they defect,
ama ametoka DCP ameenda Jubilee. So
when they're defecting, what is in their mind maybe is that this party in the opposition maybe is the one that might have a say where he's planning to vie, right? Probably. And the opposition is trying to get united, or rather is united, as they have been saying, united opposition. And we have seen now even the former president is trying to bring back Azimio, or rather is trying to revive Azimio. Do you think in 2027 it will be Ruto versus Uhuru once again?
To go back to your earlier statement about defections, defection, it's all about calculations or miscalculations. You can defect because of calculations, and you can be right hapo mbele. And you can also do defection when you have done your own miscalculation and it backfires on you maybe later in the month or later in the year. Like the way it happened to our Githongori MP.
Yes.
You know, initially she was so anti-Ruto, and even in Moshepi were told they are calling her like a Wangwa Makeri of Mount Kenya, because she was very bold. But because of her miscalculation, her political misfortunes never favored her. Her political fortunes never favored her. And at one point she went to the DCP, things were not working for her. Then she went back to Jubilee, things were not working for her. Then eventually she realized her political fortune can only materialize in UDA. Then she went back to UDA. So I'm telling you, defection is all about calculations and miscalculations. Right. Now in 2027 about Azimio, you know, me, I don't talk so much about Azimio because first of all, I don't understand what Azimio stands for and what is it all about, because Azimio was literally formed for 2022 elections. And once we lost that election, Azimio ceased to exist. Even in our mind, in our imaginations, it only continued to exist on paper from the register of political parties. So I don't understand what Azimio stands for. And doesn't matter how much the former president tried to revive that Azimio thing. First of all, Uhuru is a retired president, and watu walikataa kumsikiza 2022. No matter how much he tried to reincarnate himself politically, I think Uhuru is retired politically. He's retired politically. Even his politics are also retired. And I don't think he can do so much to inject a new political life in a political landscape. So I don't think he's a competitor to anyone, not unless you want to vie for Gatundu South MP. But I can tell you from where I sit, mambo ya Uhuru tulimaliza 2022 when he's retired to be a president of the Republic.
My question was, now that he's the one who is reviving Azimio, could it be that we are going to see a Ruto versus Uhuru again? Because even in 2022,
on which seat
in this case, him trying to consolidate the united opposition for the one-term movement, and President William Ruto seeking the second term.
Let me tell you something. Even if Uhuru manages accidentally or miraculously to consolidate all the Mount Kenya leaders to be under one umbrella, let me tell you, Mount Kenya, their votes can never be enough to deny Ruto a second term. Even if they vote against Ruto, from the unborn to the born, they can never deny Ruto a second term, because Mount Kenya is not Kenya, and Mount Kenya does not hold the majority votes of this country. Mount Kenya only have 3.5 registered votes currently. So even if they unite from Uhuru, Gachagua, Kioni, whoever, and they vote in one block against Ruto, they will never ever deny it to a second time, because
but Pius, Uhuru, Dan was asking about Uhuru, not necessarily just from Mount Kenya, and Uhuru is a national figure who has, by the way, Jubilee Party has the highest number of MPs from Northeastern. Aren't you aware?
But they are not following Jubilee ideology currently.
That's okay,
they
but they were sponsored to parliament through Jubilee. Then Uhuru presents himself as a national figure, not necessarily as a leader from Mount Kenya region. This is a leader who I believe has a following from every corner of the country.
It is good you believe that.
Given that he was voted as a president, right? If, for example, his influence was only from Mount Kenya region, I don't believe Uhuru would have served as a president for 10 years.
Uhuru was the president because of Ruto.
Before you finish, okay. Before you answer that question, or maybe you have already answered, that Uhuru was president because of Ruto. But when you say that Uhuru is retired, yes, we know he is retired as a president. But again, we have been saying the name of Uhuru in the Kenyan politics for the last few months. You remember there is a time that the minority leader, Junet Mohammed, said that Uhuru was interfering with the ODM party. And also Uhuru responded and said that I am retired, but ukinieka kidole kwa macho, hata mimi nitarudisha. So when you say that he's also playing, or rather he is handling politics in a retired manner.
But his politics is retired.
His politics is retired. I feel you are failing to recognize that he might also have a say in the politics of 2027.
He will never have any say.
And again,
if Uhuru had any say, when he had the instruments of power, he could have made Raila to be the president.
I want to use an example of former president of the United States of America, Barack Obama. He initially, when Donald Trump was running against, was it Hillary Clinton? And he was the president then, and he was rallying behind Clinton. But Trump went ahead to win the election. Then later on, Trump went for one term, and Barack Obama went all out to rally behind
Biden.
Joe.
Yeah,
Biden. And he won. So are you ignoring that fact that it can happen?
You know, America and Kenya, they are two different countries with different political mindset. For Trump, the reason Trump lost that particular election, because I'm a biggest fan of Trump, is because of the corona factor, because he truly mismanaged that corona issue, and that's why he was. Actually, on a popular vote, Trump had so many votes. But when it comes to electoral colleges, that's why he lost. So that's why you cannot talk so much about, you cannot compare and contrast US politics and Kenyan politics. But from where I sit, I think Uhuru has no influence. Maybe monetary-wise, he can sponsor a certain country because he's loaded. But when it comes to politics, Uhuru has no influence currently, because not unless he wants to vie for a political seat. Me, I actually, even if I have no range to advise that former president, I feel he should not be making political statement, because the person who is serving to be the president of the Republic of Kenya was his deputy for 10 years. And the same guy, Ruto, who may ensure Uhuru was elected in 2013. And he went ahead to ensure Uhuru was elected in 2017. The same guy who had made Babu to be the prime minister. And the same guy alienda against the state machinery to win presidency in 2022. So Uhuru can never
compete against.
Can never compete.
Let me tell you, if
before he moves from, he moves from. In fact, you've mentioned Ruto. I want to go back to a statement that he said that even if Mount Kenya, they don't have what it takes to deny President William Ruto second term. Are you forgetting that it's the same Mount Kenya that really helped him to be the president?
I don't think it's Mount Kenya. Okay, it is Mount Kenya in that context. But currently, the times have changed. and Mount Kenya is going to be is going to be a lone ranger in this particular political discussion. Why? They're going to remain the only opposition in the whole country.
Come on,
Luonyeza are going to be in government. Even, let me tell you, even Kakina Kalonzo, wanaingia serikali.
When?
Northeastern, Coast region, Western
the
Kenya,
party leader for
Kisii region
is going to join government.
The only region which is going to be in opposition up to around 20, maybe 40 something, it's going to be Mount Kenya.
Your region where you hail.
And why? And why? If you listen to what Gachagua is saying, Gachagua is so busy trying to alienate Mount Kenya from the rest of the country. Whenever Gachagua opens up his mouth, anasema watu wa mlima hivi na hivi na hivi. So anafanya watu wengine wa feel like you are not Kenyan, since they are more Kenyan than us. So they'll just unite, watch Mount Kenya.
Let me ask you, Pius, haven't you heard Oburu Odinga and
the governor? Leader.
Yes, the youthful wing actually for ODM and even Home Bay governor talking about shares. Haven't you heard Wanga talking about
that? Yeah.
Have you heard Wanga talking about 50-50 shares?
Yeah.
Have you heard Oginga saying that they were demanding the share?
The share that is there.
Yes, the share that is there.
Yeah, I've heard that.
So why do you think that whenever Gachagua demands for the share for his people and the praise and the position for his people, that's very wrong, according to you, Pius Kenovia, very wrong. He needs to be crucified for that. But because ODM is demanding for the half share of this government, half by the way, this means 50-50. So what are you really saying, Kenovia?
Mimi nitasema wacha ODM wa bargain. Wacha wa bargain. Wajua kwa ukina kwa meza wakati mnataka kugawanya kitu. Lazima you must posture yourself.
But you
so
say
that you can get a bigger share.
But you say when Gachagua opens his mouth, yes, he makes other communities feel alienated or left behind. But you are defending ODM's negotiation skills by demanding shares. Aren't whenever ODM is talking about shares, especially Wanga and Oburu, so other communities do not feel alienated when Wanga and Oburu are talking. But according to you, Pius Kenovia,
but you know ODM is not a Luo party. DCP for Gachagua is a Mount Kenya party.
How?
So when ODM speaks,
how
ODM
do you
speaks
say?
for
do you have an
Kisii
MC
people,
elected from Narok?
Actually,
ODM speaks for Luo people, Kisii people, Western people, Wakamba people, coastal people.
So they are also demanding shares
people.
for those communities.
So
right?
I was to be a.
But you resigned, Pius. You are partiless, remember?
Now, Pius, and I would want maybe to agree to you to some extent that DCP could be a Mount Kenya party because the party leader keeps insisting on, I want this party to be strong in the region. But again, when you look at its officials, they are spread across the country. Even the deputy party leader is from Western. You talk about the chairperson, I think, is
from my region.
My region, I think from Kajiado. You talk about the patron, I think, for there is a patron, Commander, the
chair for eminence persons.
Yes, is from Nairobi County. As much as you would want to talk of him being maybe from Mount Kenya region, but he's from here in Nairobi. So basically, in fact, there are so many. It's just that I have not mentioned them. If we go by the party officials, then we'll be wrong to say that it's a region.
For the party officials, if it was Gachagua's wish, all the officials from for the DCP party will come from Mount Kenya. But because it is a constitutional requirement, it is a legal requirement that your political party must have the face of Kenya. But
so
if
are you saying
it was Gachagua's wish,
but let's agree.
If it was his personal wish,
yes.
Nakwambia.
You know, even if it
was wewe unatuambia
nakwambia, so hata kama ingekuwa wish yako ungekuwa president, people have wishes. So there is a wish and there is the fact. So you have admitted here that Gachagua's party reflects the national face.
Nasema that is a legal requirement.
Exactly.
But kwa ground, things are totally different because the DCP party has never moved out of Mount Kenya. Gachagua kama hako Murang'a, ako Kirinyaga. Kama Kirinyaga, ako Nyeri.
Do you know the party has an MC in Narok?
I'm aware of that.
So what about it?
Maybe huko Wakikuyu wamejaa huko. Hakuna Masai hapo walivoti.
Wakamchagua. Let me ask Pius about ODM. I understand you are once an ODM member.
Actually, aspirant, a candidate.
A candidate.
He was called Baba's boy. He was in
Or in Muranga.
Yes.
As a senator?
Yes.
ODM legally is still in Azimio.
Yes.
Yes.
Legally. And maybe perhaps the reason to why the National Governing Council of Azimio Coalition Party kicked out Junet Mohammed from the party. Do you think that ODM will be able to withstand the turbulence that they are currently having? And in fact, our standard today was about how the party is still having difficulties to try and come together and have it's actually split down the middle. Do you think it is going to come back and try and have that coalition you are talking about, the strong coalition you've talked about with UDA, while it is still struggling even to try and ensure that they are together?
ODM is not struggling. Whatever is happening in ODM is very normal once their party leader exit the scene. So whatever you are seeing in ODM is not like something abnormal. It's like, ODM has what you call democracy, and even ODM is allowed to air their voices, their opinion, and their views. And whatever you are seeing in political, maybe discussions, political maybe wrangles in ODM is very normal because the party leader died unexpectedly. But so far, the new party leader, Dr. Buru Odinga, has managed to stabilize the ODM. Even if he have not fully managed to quell the dissenting voices in ODM, and I'm sure he's working towards that. And the first thing that the party leader has done is to bring the family together, because without the support of the family, there's no you can be able to combine the respect or support from other people. So the first thing he has done is to bring the family together. Then from there, I go and sit down with other leaders who have dissenting voices from Kinasifuna or Trotsi. And once they have a sit down with them, they can chart their way forward and bring everyone on board. Then from there, they can proceed to go and call an NDC. They elect new party leaders or new political, new officials of the party. But I feel whatever is happening in ODM currently is very normal because of the sudden exit of the party leader. So everyone has a way of trying to fight for their own spaces, trying to reinvent themselves, trying to fight for their own political acknowledgement in the party. And that's very normal because ODM is very democratic.
Now, Bonapius, there are people who feel that there are actually three factions within the ODM. There is a faction that is within
that has been created by the media.
No, let me explain. You will tell me whether it is true or not. There is a faction that is led by Sifuna, Edwin Sifuna, who believes that the procedures for to give throne to this party leader, the process was not followed, and he is backed by Raila's daughter, Winnie Odinga, and there's some other leaders, Akina Ososi, and some other fellows. Then there is another faction that is now supporting the government, the broad-based government. And then there are other leaders led by Karorio Mondi, who was named the Secretary General for the Azimio Governing Council.
A very sharp man.
A very sharp man and a very articulate leader, whose faction now is leaning towards Uhuru, right? Now, there are people who believe that ODM is like, let me not say a man with two wives, but a woman with two husbands. Because where it stands now, ODM legally is a member of Azimio, but has a concubine by the name MOU between them and UDA. Legally, ODM cannot get into a pre-election pact with UDA because they are bound by the rule, which tells them and reminds them that there is a party, the only existing coalition party called Azimio Coalition Party, and ODM is a member of that coalition party. So how do you think they are going to, how do you think they are going to deal with those issues as we head to the next year's polls?
I'm not so much conversant with the legal aspect of how they're supposed to go about that. But I know ODM has sharp legal people, that they understand the law.
You trust
and
them.
they have not entered into any pre-election coalition with the UDA. It is what now they are trying to kickstart the conversation and the engagement so that you can officially kick off the process of entering into negotiation with the UDA to form a strong and vibrant coalition before 2027. And they understand the law. But I think when you reach that particular bridge,
let me tell you,
they might, the ODM, I know when they reach that bridge, they know the law,
how to deal with
they
it.
might exit
But
Azimio.
from the layman's point of view, because I'm not also a lawyer, can they kickstart a process of pre-election pact without hitting the exit button from the Azimio coalition?
Remember Azimio, Azimio was it was a party within parties.
Yes.
And if you see their clauses, their legal clauses that inform the formation of that particular party in that big party within parties, there is nowhere it binds that these individual political parties, they can never engage other political parties as individual parties, not as a coalition. The only thing legally they're not allowed to do is to engage other like-minded parties using the Azimio as the umbrella. But they can do that using the individual political parties.
You see,
Yeah.
because let me tell you, the Political Parties Act states very clearly that if a member of Party A is deemed to popularize the ideology and the principles of political party B, he is now deemed to have resigned. And that is why you see people like Ruto Sarwomba being kicked out of UDA. Basically, the Political Parties Act that guides human beings or supporters of political parties is now what guides the ODM and other parties within the Azimio. So, and one of the reasons why Junet was kicked out, outburst against Uhuru that about money, because they said, the leaders who attended the meeting said that he no longer believes in the principles of Azimio. He is popularizing the ideologies of another coalition by the name of Kenya Kwanza. So the question now remains, as we wind up, because time is not on our side, how can ODM jump all these legal landmines? Because when they exit from Azimio, remember, the positions they hold in parliament, they hold them in trust of the Azimio Coalition Party.
No. The only person who vied on Azimio party was only Raila Amolo Odinga. The rest they vied on the particular individual political parties.
That's okay.
Kama ni Junet, hata mimi, kwa ballot paper, haiko imeandikwa Azimio.
Are you aware?
Imeandikwa ODM.
Are you aware that Junet, in his capacity...
So whoever has been elected on those individual political parties, they have been elected because of that particular party, not Azimio coalition.
I have no issues with people getting elected. I'm talking about the positions these people hold in parliament, not election. Yes, they were sponsored by their individual political parties. But the reason why Junet has been sending letters to the National Assembly Speaker, informing him of the decision of the Azimio Governing Council on the on the parliamentary positions, committee positions, that is. The reason why Junet has been doing that in his capacity as the SG. You can even look at one of his letters. When the National Governing Council decides that so-and-so is going to hold this position in Parliament, it was the prerogative of Junet to write to Mr. Speaker. And that's why one of the worries and concerns is now Junet risks losing his position of minority leader, because he holds that position in trust of the coalition party. So, and that's why you see he was replaced by a member of ODM, because the SG position of Azimio Coalition Party belongs to ODM. That is why they never replaced him with a member.
Why does it belong to ODM? Because of ODM strength of numbers in parliament.
Precisely. That
not
means
Azimio, ODM
exactly
strength in numbers
that's
in
the point.
parliament.
That's the point, and that's why Junet can be removed as a minority leader, although the position can only be given to ODM, right? And we have the ODM SG now. So your guess as to who may be the next minority leader in the National Assembly is as good as mine.
I don't know why you are spending so much talking about Azimio. Azimio is a moribund formation which does not have wings, does not have ears, does not even have noses. So Azimio does not even hold any space in the political discussion here, because Azimio ceased to exist, politically speaking, when they didn't win 2022 elections. So even if they can kick ODM out of Azimio, even they can kick Ujunet from Azimio, Azimio is a dead formation.
So former President Uhuru Kenyatta is doing an exercise in futility.
Just trying to play some political games to maybe to try to assert himself to look like he's still politically influential. But I can tell you, Azimio died in 2022, politically speaking, but legally it still exists.
Hughes, time is not on our side. We have like 2 minutes so that we finish up. Maybe you can tell us what's your next before parting shot. What's your next move? Are you vying in Murang'a with ODM?
My sole focus right now.
Oh, you moved from ODM. With UDA.
I resigned from ODM. So my sole focus is to ensure His Excellency President William Ruto is re-elected for a second term, and I have opted to sacrifice my political ambition in 2027 for the sake of the president, because the vision he has for this country is bigger than my vision. And me, because I'm young, I can wait in 2032. But Kenya cannot wait until 2032. So the president ataendelee, mimi nitasacrifice my vine. I support the president, amalize miaka 10 atupeleke Singapore.
Okay, na 2027 akiweza kosa kurudi kama rais.
Utafanya nini? Na umesacrifice.
Hawezi kosa kurudi. Nani atamtoa? Hakuna mtu akumtoa. Wakati Ruto wako busy akienda mashindano kufanya campaign. The other guys wako press conference nyumbani kwa mtu mmoja, wako press conference kwa hoteli. They are not going kwa ground. Unless Kasagwa wachukua peleke Kireni Madioya. They are not going to the people. So watamtoa na miracle gani? Gani? Like Ruto said, mwenye atakuwa amemkaribia 2027, atakuwa amempea gap ya over 3 million. Itakuwa hivyo. Mwenye atakuwa amemkaribia number 2 sasa. Ruto atakuwa ako kule na 3 million plus, huyu ako huko maybe ako na 0.5 million votes.
Ndio anafuatia.
Anamfuata.
The parting shot.
Wakenya wapendane. Let us be political tolerant to each other. Whether I support DCP, whether you support UDA, we are not different. We are all Kenyans. Now nobody is special because of political view. Let us be tolerant to each other politically.
Wow. Hey. I think that's the only time I had Kenodia being very conciliatory.
After being unfiltered.
After
having that part of Pius Kenodia. It's glad that you came, because I've also learned 1, 2, 3 things politically that I didn't know.
And of course we are going to
invite you more
again, so that we can continue from where we left, so that you also keep telling us whether you are still sacrificing your resources
and
ambitions to ensure President
2 terms
to get 2 terms.
Yes. Anyway, my name is Daniel Kariuki. It's been a pleasure to host this show, Unfiltered. Until next Thursday, I want to wish you a good time.
I'm Ndongo Gashane.
Unfiltered with Ndongo Gashane and Daniel Kariuki. Unfiltered with Ndongo Gashane and Daniel Kariuki.